Welcome back to Behind the Scenes at the Axe Lounge. I'm Mun, and this is...
She calls me the doofus, but
You are.
I don't like it.
I feel like you mean it.
I'm not calling myself a doofus. She calls me the doofus.
You are.
Moving on. In this video, we're taking all the boards that we prepped in the first video and turn it into an axe holder. Absolutely nothing went wrong except for a few things. One thing in particular, somebody
You made it.
didn't record any audio. So instead of our normal video where we're kind of working alongside with us, you're going to see us kind of dubbing over a fast-forwarded version with a few slower parts, but us talking about what we went through. And yeah, so it's a little different, but you know, with projects you gotta adapt and learn and grow. Alright, follow us as we go and do that.
I didn't mute the audio.
Somebody muted the audio.
It was him. Alright, as you can see, we are... Oh, I'm using my Sharpie to mark the dowel, where the dowels are.
So she's using the little Sharpie to mark where we gotta drill the dowel holes, so you can see those holes, and there's dowels on the end of that board that's gonna go into those dowel holes.
Let me preface this. I was not here when he put the dowels in the longer boards.
Now there's a reason why she's saying that.
Let me tell you that now.
Now we were also open, and it was a Saturday, and I was rushing it like in between groups. So, but the little guard on the dowel hole jig, so I don't know if you can see it in the video, there's a little piece of metal that holds it the depth. Well, it slipped on me on a couple of holes, and I didn't even notice. I'd say attention to detail I need to work on. But so yeah, I didn't notice the slipping, so some of the depth was off, so it just couldn't hit. The dowel couldn't hit to match up the hole.
That is why he had to take it off.
Well, here's it lining up, so that's the back of the base of the axe holder.
At least it lined up well.
It lined up perfect, and Mun did the measuring, so I will give it to her that she measured them perfect. Now, I mean, the measure is only as good as the cut. Actually, the cut man's probably only as good as the measurer. So she did good work.
It's gonna fit right in. You know why? Because I measured it.
But even though it fit in, we decided there's just no way we're lining up all these dowel holes.
We gave up.
Yeah, we gave up.
Well, we didn't give up. We changed our views.
Now, I am gonna pause it though. Now, do you think if we did like one leg on the front piece, one leg on the back piece, like kind of instead of having them all four sticking up, I think that would have been easier?
What do you mean? Like one leg?
Like, so instead of having the two legs, that was a loud squeak in my chair, the two legs like sticking up, had one sticking up and one sticking down from the other piece.
I think the way we did it was fine.
The way we did it was fine.
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been a better way, but okay.
Probably. But I'm using the chisel and saw because I'm just so advanced.
Mom's getting handy. So she's chiseling and sawing my mistake. But I'm taking the Bob Ross approach. There's no mistakes, just happy accidents.
Look, the pocket holder.
Pocket holder. So that's a Craig pocket hole jig. I'm sure anyone familiar with woodworking probably has one in their tool arsenal. Moved around some wood glue.
It fit perfectly. Oh, and let me tell you, the first time we put it down, we forgot to put glue. That's why we had to pick it up.
We didn't forget to put glue. I just wanted to do a test run before I don't put the glue on until I test it. Do you think we forgot to put glue?
We did forget.
Oh yeah, I did edit that out. So we did put it down on there and started hammering it in, and then we're like, oh, there's no glue.
That's why we hammered it in.
Which, I mean, we could have just put it in, but I think the wood glue is a necessity. Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, it really is a wood glue. It glues wood well. All right, for this, so now we're working on the top. So the top, we're going to take the boards and kind of off-centered, and then we can slot boards. Here, you put your hands like that. Yeah, both sides, rim away. Axe. Yeah. So that's the plan, but I wanted the back board to slide up and be at the back of the 4x4s, because in part 3 coming your way, we're going to kind of do some type of backer, and I wanted some support on the bottom in case I don't really know what route we're going with that, so I wanted some options there.
So stick around.
Stick around for part 3 in our next video coming your way in who knows when. So we wanted to cut out that piece, so you'll see that process here. Did anything go wrong with that?
Just watch. Just watch.
All right, so Melanie marked it. That X is what we're trying to cut off. I want to take off the X, but leave everything else there.
Just you wait to see what happens.
All right.
Just you wait.
Now, I wish I had a table saw sled for this part. Now here I am.
There it goes. but he didn't see that.
I didn't even notice. I was only looking at that inside corner. I wasn't even paying attention to that outside corner.
Literally starts touching it and didn't notice. And I was like, that's fine.
I forgot that we were trying to leave that hook. Because in my mind, too, I was expecting it to go this way. Because I was like, this board is so, like, it's old, a couple years old. And it's not going to... Over a year old. It's been sitting on the back.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like, didn't dry correctly. It's just a bad board. All these boards are. So there I'm just marking the line so I know how far back to bring the sliding compound miter saw. Can't say the brand. Yeah, that's good. That's a good shot.
When it all came out.
I enjoy the chisel.
Chisels work really well.
God, I just love it.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
So now here we are. We're lining up that gap. And then Melly's bringing us some axes to test out the gap before we mount them down. And so what we decided on the back board, we're leaving like about a 1/4 inch bigger gap for if we have some bigger axes. Front board, a little bit smaller for the smaller axes. All right, and now since we had already given up, the goal was no fasteners, but at this point we already used fasteners, so
might as well make it easy on ourselves.
Keep going. And plus, I mean, we get 2 days a week max. You want to pause?
No.
Okay. We get two days a week max to work on these projects, really, except for like a few minutes here, a few minutes there. So
it's kind of easier though. It's more secure than it would be with the dowels.
I mean, maybe yes and no.
I don't want to hear it.
Yes and no. Dowels can be good, but they're not pulling. You're right. Like there's nothing pulling it down. It's just dowels just there but the wood glue is what the goal is, and then to get a really good joint.
Clearly, I won because you're on the ground.
I was gonna do a full router out those lines and set it in there, but at that point, we need the function more. All right, and here we go. Well, here is the not finished but finished for part 2 finished piece of axe holdering.
I think it's working pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, it's been out here for about a week now. It's holding the axes, which is all I asked of it. And it's pretty sturdy. I mean, nothing's going anywhere. I give it a good shake. No axes are falling out.
It's not wobbly.
It's not wobbly at all. I mean, yes, the boards are still cupped. And yes, it does need some, it needs to be sanded, needs to be finished. And that will be done in part 3. Main focus of part 3 is coming up with a back wall for this little, like just these beams are not what we're leaving. We're going to do some type of a back wall. And I had an idea where I took the bunch of scrap wood and made it look like bricks, kind of like how you masonry some bricks up, with wood glue. So I was going to try and do that with some shelves too, to hold some like t-shirts and stuff, because we sell t-shirts and hats and
all the goods.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching part 2. Part 3 is coming soon. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Like it or not. Wouldn't you want to see what else goes wrong? Yeah, I mean, at least you'd laugh at us. Probably with us, but at us, with us. Us, you. Mostly her. So come watch us. Or, instead of all that, you could just teach Melanie how to hit the record button right. I mean, somebody muted the audio. You muted the audio. She muted the audio. I did not.